Reboot. Notification. Reboot active. Notification. Notification sent.
The time has come to make a move. If you want to get into the college football playoff, you've got to win big games right now, and we have a clash of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Dances away. Got him downfield. There he goes. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. And it seems like every time they throw it, it's first down time in Tennessee.
First down time, and then let's go again. Let's throw it again. These offenses are not afraid to throw the football. When you got a trigger man you trust, let it rip.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It Smothers.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking for space. It Smothers. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground.
On my side field.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
I'm on my side field. Hold up. Wait a minute.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down.
Oh, shit. He jumped that bitch.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
Well, we knew coming into this one, this was an offense that wanted to come out, sling it around, but the timing is going to have to be a whole lot better. This defense has athletes who can close on the ball and make plays. You saw it right there on that interception to open this game.
What the fuck happened?
They'll run it out of the shotgun. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, number 1 on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside and out. They know your scheme, you know their scheme, and sometimes the momentum of the moment can be tough, so got to continue to play well within the conference.
Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed and with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him.
Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Yeah, I don't know defensively if you want to keep giving this guy that much cushion, because when he gets the ball in space, he's able to shake all these defenders and turns a 5-yard completion into a first down.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. To the air on first down. Unleashes one deep. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Oh, he wants it all. Makes the grab deep. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. That big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. The RPO fire complete to the back. Almost had a lot more room there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 36.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football.
I don't know. Your mama asked me that too, but I guess I'll eat.
They got that quickness. They got that speed.
Have you, Wade?
It's a good-looking run.
You want another one?
Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical.
Go ahead,
It
grab it.
starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line. Guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. They've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calls? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Matthews. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
You've got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a 1st down.
Looking downfield on 1st down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do. Because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
The dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the 1st quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
Wants to throw. It's Stockton. Floats it out in space. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on third.
They're facing a third down. Motion from the wideout. The offense changing the play. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlock after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. Georgia sends out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week.
Oh, shit.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return.
I know on offense you're so jacked up, you're so excited, you're ready to go out there and make some plays. There's nothing more demoralizing than when your special teams unit coughs it up. You're like, dang, I really wanted to shot this. All right, defense, your turn.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Dogs can really attack on this second and short. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on.
Wow, get my pick, bro.
They were able to get the sack.
Oh, he can't hang on. Almost had the interception, and this guy makes so many big plays, but couldn't come up with that one. It'll be
Crazy.
fourth
That's
down.
a pick.
Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. On fourth down, going to the air. Unloads to the wideout. It's incomplete. A fourth down stop and the turnover on downs.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on fourth down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on fourth down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense. You take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
One of the things that really impresses me about this receiving group is their physical receivers. They can break tackles. They don't just go down as soon as someone gets close to them. These guys are always fighting for extra yards.
Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a first down. Wants to throw on first down. Looking for the end zone. Looking to get it in. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And the Vols line it up with a 1st and goal. From the gun. Under fire. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him. It just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And he gets nothing, and this defense is not giving an inch right on the goal line. Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. From the gun, wants to pass. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And he's
Big ass.
after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field.
He's got it down the right side. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. You get a play like that and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Here comes the heat. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air. It's Stockton. Intercepted. A 1st half turnover can swing momentum.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. Here's the thing. That's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got it in the middle with Smothers. And he's in for the touchdown, but hang on just a second. There is a flag on the field. They'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. And that's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time by the end.
Guys, let's take a minute here and look big picture for Tennessee. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
And the Volunteers will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the defense aim got him at the 27.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense turning it on. Got enough space. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Volunteers.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we're going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% of the season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Vols.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Pass escapes him, still on his feet. That defense got gassed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. And the Dogs, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. Got his man. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Line gets set, 1st down. Quarterback making checks. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Looking to the big tight end. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on first down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
That's exactly what this offense needed.
Oh, they block it. That's a live ball. He can take it back for 2. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fielded in the end zone, it's Matthews. He gets a block. Got a little room. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Running back searching for a hole. And this one will be stopped for no gain. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Vols will boot away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half. So now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong. But sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Pressure coming. Breaks into the open. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man. Don't force the football. You already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Back to throw, it's Stockton. Oh, they're after him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
With the catch, it's Frazier. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
To the air on first down. Looking for a huge play. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Under fire. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the
That's his second sack of the ball game. That dude is getting after the quarterback offensively. What's my adjustment? First of all, I'm going to roll out away from him. I'm going to double team him, let somebody else beat me, not that guy, because his speed off the edge is killing me.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Got it in the middle, it's Johnson. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
So here is the Tennessee offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect them.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads it left. He's got it. And a sweet catch and a nice gain gets it down to the 30-yard line.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Looking downfield on 1st down. That's caught. It's Matthews.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out.
The Volunteers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Lets it fly deep downfield.
You threw that bitch behind him, bro. Come on.
Picked up a few extra on that.
Damn, you throw that off your back foot or something? That's crazy.
Defense to get the football. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Boy, that last time they had a chance to put 3 on the board and pass. This one needs to...
Hey, he almost got up out of there, bro.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It's a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get a little bit of rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
They've got weapons to do that too.
Crazy.
They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this drive.
Off play action on 1st down. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Man, this defensive end is a monster. I mean, you've seen his athleticism and his speed and his bend and his flexibility. He now has 2 sacks, and there's still a lot of football to play.
The Bulldogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Scanning the field, it's Stockton. Lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack 1st down, just thrown an incompletion. So 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you do?
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Makes a grab on the shot. They make the stop, but a big pickup thanks to the big arm from the senior quarterback. And the Bulldogs are marching down the field. They'll give it to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And after taking a big loss on that run, you just wonder if you're on offense, if you may abandon that part of your game and just start trying to throw it. You're down by a lot here in the second half. 3rd quarter, you've got lots of time, but you need to throw the football to get back in this thing.
They'll move the wide receiver. Going to swing it on second down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Frazier. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Send the tight end in motion. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line is set on third down. To the air, it's Stockton. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there.
This quarterback has thrown a lot of picks. I don't know if he's just not seeing the field right or he's just trying to force too many throws. That should have been number 4 right there, but the defender dropped it.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. He wants to change this route. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
He had nowhere to go with the football. 4th down, you know he wants to make a play. I like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw a pick? It's 4th down anyways, but couldn't find anybody to get the ball off. Defense surrounds him, gets him to the ground with a sack.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progression. So go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have...
There he goes! And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. And talk about spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Here's a hit. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
This pass rush is real, man. They force the quarterback, they flush him out to the left, and he's trying to scramble around and find an open guy. They still are able to get a hit on him, and that forces the incompletion.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Finds his big tight end. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a 3-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
Makes the catch. Touchdown, Tennessee. And the stomping has commenced. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first.
And the ball is loose on the return. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they'll steal a possession.
Man, this kickoff here, they've got heat-seeking missiles running down the field with bad intentions. They hit that return man with authority, and that's what popped the ball loose.
Rushes on him. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of at the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Second down, they'll go to the air. It's complete to the left. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers! They can now exhale just a little bit with that lead, and they are close to a victory here in the 8th week of the season. And this defense is just getting squeezed by the Big Orange, and he's cutting him up like Peyton Manning.
Man, no answers. I mean, he's really had his way. They haven't made him feel uncomfortable. If I'm a Vols fan, I'm jacked up that I got this guy at quarterback because he's showing he can put up some big numbers.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the one.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the 4th quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the 2nd half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
He'll haul it in right around the logo. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
And the Vols trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the 4th quarter. They're letting their guys go play the entire...
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Vols! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. another look at this Bulldog offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because there's nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Tight end now in motion. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Pocket breaking down. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Wants to bring it back. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. The give and tick, 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 tick. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd.
Damn, bro. I gotta get out, bro. Look at you hurt already. It's just hurt. Yeah, a lot of freshmen playing. Yeah, your ass gonna come out too. I'm ready, bro.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Throws to the tight end. Complete to the left. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Wants to throw on 1st down. He'll take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire.
Oh, shit.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Makes the grab. It's Jackson. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Makes the catch. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop.
They just keep firing. Fires into the end zone. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Motion from the back. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. That
Oh, wow.
is intercepted at the goal line.
That's crazy.
Inside the 40.
That boy dropped it.
Inside the 30. The tag. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Dogs.
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, maybe build some momentum for some future games.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week in the American, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Temple is ahead right now in South Philly, but this game is a long way from being over. Better hold off on the run to Geno's for the time being. They're up by 7 over East Carolina. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third.
Damn.
And that pressure got to
Bulldogs.
him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Oh, he's got some space. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. Even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive. Pedal to the metal.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And the throw and catch was good, but you got to do it in the field of play, and he couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds. You got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you take that shot, and you stop the clock. Now, it's a long shot, but you're letting teams hang around.
And I prefer to win. Like, I want to make sure that, you know, if I'm up, I'm going to run the football, but there's definitely...
Damn, inaccurate ass.
I'm putting up stats, and I'm keeping the pedal to the floor.
What? That was ugly. That was ugly, though. Ain't out all funny and shit. Oh, shit. Saw that coming.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially in these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill with that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. A couple of teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get moved ahead of their opponent. It's one thing to beat a ranked opponent, David. It's one thing to blow the doors off of them. That was impressive.
It's impressive. It's huge for them. Obviously, we know what's going to happen when they're going to move up the charts, but the other side is equally as depressing. I mean, they're going to fall like a rock. This wasn't even a competitive game. This is a bad day, and the rankings will reflect it when they come out.
That will put the wrap on things from here for David Pop.
Sports College Football 26.